Hello everyone and welcome to this video. I want to start this off by saying that if you have never clicked on any of my videos before, I hope that you enjoy this video and consider subscribing to my channel. And for all of you that have hit the subscribe button, I want to say thank you and welcome. I'm so excited to have you. I did notice that I've had several new subscribers over the last several days and I'm super excited. I would love it if you would leave a comment down below, tell me a little bit about yourself, or just leave any comment down below and I'd love to chat with you. A little bit of a TMI disclaimer: if you do not like talking about cycles or any of that, this video is not for you and you probably shouldn't be watching it in the first place. But anyways, I wanted to film this video which is about my pregnancy test line progression, but before that my 2-week wait and stuff. When I was in the 2-week wait part of my cycle, I found these videos really helpful and they helped the 2-week wait be a little less, I don't know how you would say, torturous maybe? A little less long? I don't know, I just really enjoyed these types of videos. So I decided to make one myself. I have my handy dandy notebook, which I have been writing everything in during the time that we were trying to conceive, which was for 2 cycles. And so I figured I would go over this with you briefly, and I hope that you will find this helpful. And if you are in the process of trying to conceive or in the 2-week wait or whatever it may be, I wish you the best of luck and I really hope that you can get your positive test soon. So if you saw my last video that I filmed about my ovulation progression, as well as like what I did and took before trying to conceive, this was the cycle that I shared in that video. This was my first cycle. I tracked my ovulation with the easy at home tests, and they also have a really cool app called Pre-Moms app that you can scan your tests in. So if you want more information on those, you can go ahead and watch that last video. I'll leave it in the description below. But I did track this cycle, found out ovulation day and all of that stuff. And so crazy thing about this cycle was that I am pretty sure my body really tried to conceive. Like I was like this close to getting pregnant during this cycle. I had all the right symptoms, but for whatever reason, the other symptoms I had led me to believe that it just didn't stick. 3 DPO, I had back pain, 4 DPO, tired. Which you probably don't care too much about these symptoms because I obviously did not become pregnant during this cycle, but these are important because these symptoms are very similar to what I had the next cycle when I did become pregnant. So 3 DPO, lower back pain, 4 DPO, I was tired, 5 DPO, super tired, and I had a headache, lower back ache, bloated, and weird vivid dreams on 7 DPO. And I'm talking weird dreams, like it was intense. When it came to testing that cycle, my first cycle, obviously these were all negatives. I could have sworn, now let me see if I can find it, one of these days, maybe it was this one right here, you can kind of see, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it seriously almost looks like there's a second line there. So I had like 2 days where I swore that I could see faint lines, and it was driving me insane. It was driving me insane because they weren't getting any darker, and so I couldn't tell if it was just my eyes creating lines or what, but like I could see lines. The other crazy thing about that cycle was that I did have the implantation spotting, which I had with both of my other pregnancies, or I should say 3, because my first pregnancy was a miscarriage, but I did have the implantation spotting with all of my pregnancies, and so when I had that during my first cycle, I was like, oh, I'm for sure pregnant. And so that's why I was also really surprised that I never got a positive pregnancy test. I don't know, I guess I was really excited because with that spotting, I had really already convinced myself that that was one of my main symptoms that I always had that would let me know I was pregnant. And so that I feel like that made it even more of a letdown when I eventually did have my period. That period in general was very abnormal and it was more intense than usual, which also led me to believe that my body really was like this close to getting pregnant, and for whatever reason it just didn't work out. So I was pretty bummed, but I quickly was just like, okay, it's all right, it's, you know, I'm gonna be pregnant when I'm supposed to be pregnant and in God's timing. So I was able to come come to grips with that and then just started focusing on continuing to prep my body for pregnancy. So I decided from that point, since I was pretty sure I was like this close to getting pregnant, I had wanted to take some other things to help strengthen my uterus. One thing that I did was I decided to drink red raspberry leaf tea 2 times a day. That is known to help support the uterus and stuff. That's one thing that I remember that I took immediately after my first miscarriage was red raspberry leaf tea, because that was supposed to help my uterus and prep it and stuff and heal it or so forth. So that was the first cycle. So my second cycle, I wrote down I threw out the first test, but it was negative. So I was like, there's no point in keeping it. But then I forgot that I was like gonna be keeping these in my notebook. So cycle day 7, cycle day 8, blah, 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 you know, tracked ovulation with the same app and everything, which is super helpful. And I definitely recommend DPO days. 2 and 3 DPO, didn't have any symptoms. 4 DPO, I was really tired and had a headache. Now, let me go back to this cycle. 4 DPO, I was tired. So let's see, what did it say? So 4 DPO is when I was really tired. Headache, which being tired I know is kind of like a vague symptom. It's like, okay, how do you know when you're just tired from, you know, keeping up with life, and when is it a tired from like conceiving or becoming pregnant? So 5 DPO, lower back pain, bloated, minor cramping. Whereas 5 DPO, just had a headache. So my lower back ache and bloating was on day 6. So these are like a day off from my second cycle, but still super close with the same symptoms. So 7 DPO on that other day was when I had the weird vivid dreams. 6 DPO here, weird scary vivid dreams, 2-hour nap. That was abnormal for me. I think I just like passed out and slept for 2 hours. 7 DPO, tired vivid dreams. So these vivid dreams were like a telltale sign for me, because these dreams were insane. And I was like, okay, I've got to be pregnant, because this is just weird. I don't know why else that would be happening. And then I did have some weird cervical mucus that made me think that maybe like it was just kind of like ovulation. So it was really weird. So I decided to take a test, which was negative. I don't even know why I took that test. It was just like, oh, I have it. Let me just take it and see what's going on. Here's a little tidbit about the story of how Jaden randomly told me in the car that he's excited to have a baby next year. And I was like, who told you that? And he was like, no one. 7 DPO is when Jaden said this. So 8 DPO, mild cramping, bloating all evening, all that stuff. So I had light pink cervical mucus on 11 DPO. So then here we go. 11 DPO is when I tested, got my first very, very faint positive, but it was there. And so it's just crazy that Jaden's little story and telling me he's excited for a baby was on 7 DPO, and just a couple days later, it's like, boom, there, I'm pregnant. So this was the very first test I took. Then I took a different test. I think it was from like CVS or something. And then I took a clear blue digital, which said pregnant. Then I wanted to go ahead and take these tests every single day, because I wanted to watch the progression of them and make sure the line was getting darker, which, as you can see, obviously it did. So yeah, that's how that went for me. I was so excited. Like, it was funny, even though I got the very faint line on that first day, I was just like, okay, I can't believe this until like I take a second test. But then seeing the line get a little bit darker was really encouraging and exciting. And so yeah, that is basically how that went. It's still crazy. I still can't believe that I'm pregnant, but I just wanted to go ahead and share my story. I hope that it helps you in some way if you're on the trying to conceive journey, or if you're preparing to be, or whatever it is. I wish you the best of luck. Stay tuned for my next videos. I will be posting a video very soon about a pregnancy update. I am currently 8 weeks and 6 days pregnant, I believe. Yeah, I think so, pretty sure. So I will have a pregnancy update video very soon for you. Thank you for being patient. I've been wanting to put these videos out kind of in order. So anywho, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will consider giving this video a thumbs up, as well as subscribing to our channel to become a part of our YouTube family. And I'll see you in our next video.